Today we're going to be talking about this Keurig Skinny um, coffee maker. On this particular unit, there is a thermal resettable fuse inside of this unit, and if the water isn't going through these hoses because maybe the unit's been sitting on the shelf for a number of weeks or months, it could pop the thermal fuse. So anyway, I was gonna go through the steps of getting these plastic pieces off here, things of that nature. Let's see. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tip the unit on its side. There are rubber washers here and here. Take those out. Those are black rubber washers or rubber stoppers. Pull those out. Those come out easy. Take the two Phillips screws out of there, and then I think the other two are right here. So basically, if you take those four screws out, those would be working with these screw holes. Let's see, here's one, here's another one on that side, and I believe there's some other things being held on the bottom. I think it might be the tray on the back side. But take those out, and then once you take those out, the unit will be up in the air like this, and let's say this white plastic piece is on the back like so. This little piece here is on the top, and you noticed in the middle here there's like a little clippy groove, so that piece is up here like so. And the back piece here, which is right here, here's your other screw holes, one on that side, one on this side. That piece comes and snaps in to this side piece here. You can see little fingers here and the little grooves. They go in and snap in. The trick at getting this thing apart is when this thing is like so, I just got a flat screwdriver and stuck it in right up there, either to the right or left side, and you give it a pull back tug, and this thing will pop off. And eventually, after you start pulling it, you can start getting these other little clippies right here, here, here. So get all those clips removed off of those loops, and then this top piece right here just comes right out. On this side piece here, just pull up in the air like so and tilt it towards the front, and it'll just come out. So we'll just take that whole piece off. All right, once we get in at this point, you'll see a red wire. This is going through the thermal fuse, which is located right over here. If you turn this thing on its side, you'll see the red wire. There's the thermal fuse right there. If you get a paper clip, you can come over here and put it right in the center of that thermal fuse right there. And if you push down on it, you'll feel it click a little bit. You don't want to like totally smash it. Be gentle, but it should click. So the way this unit stops working is when that thermal fuse right there blows. You won't see any lights when you open this door up. You won't see this light up when it's plugged in. So that's how you know that the thermal fuse has most likely popped. But when you push that little circle there, and you hear it You probably won't hear it, but you'll feel it maybe push down just ever so slightly. And then you plug it back in. You'll see when you open this up, this lights up. So you'll notice it's working again. So what's going on here is the 120 volts, which plugs into here, gets shut off on that thermal fuse. So once you push the thermal fuse and reset it, you get the 120 volts coming to the rest of the circuitry. Also, when you're putting this thing back together, it's got a lot of hoses in here where the water is supposed to be sucked through. So you may find that if the water's not being sucked through fast enough, after this thing's been sitting on the shelf, it may want to try to pop the thermal fuse again. So when I was going through a cycle, when I was pushing the size and pushing this power button, if it didn't sound like the water starting to flow through within the first so many seconds, you could unplug the unit and let it cool down a little bit. But it took maybe 2 times for water to start to cycle through and squirt out this side. So it's back operational again, and that's what's going on with resetting this common thermal fuse problem. When you're putting this this front side piece back in, down at the bottom, you can get that situated like so on both sides. The goal is to get them snapped into some of these grooves and fingers. Right here, there's like a little finger that's pointing back on both sides. So when you're putting this in, you may want to squeeze it in closer. I'm gonna pull this out again, but those little white fingers go here. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes into this brown groove here. So there's a groove on this side and then on the other side, and that's what these little fingers should slide into. And then, of course, you've got these bottom little clips that need to find themselves into these little fingers down here. It's not super hard to put back together, but just be looking for those items. And so that should get you back in an operational state if you find that this unit has popped the thermal fuse. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe.